Hello you guys, here B37 with the deck profile this week. The deck of this week is Dimir Flash. I especially chose this deck because nowadays with the recent banning of Astrolabe, Modern is moving around in a way that allows you to experiment. There's a wide variety of decks right now, there's not a defined meta nowadays. So today you can expect to face Eldrazi Tron, you can expect to face some Control, you can expect to face Gruul Ponza, that is a thing right now. You can also expect Grixis the Shadow, you can expect Jump, that is coming back. So there's not a defined meta right now. So I think you need a deck that can interact with your opponent threats, with your opponent spells, and especially Dimir Flash can interact with each spell that your opponent plays. So I think this deck is a really good option to begin experimenting. So let's start with the main deck and then we move to the sideboard. For the creatures, we got Slitherwisp. This is our main guy. We want this card in the board as soon as possible. It got Flash, and whenever we cast another spell with Flash, we can draw a card and your opponent loses 1 life point. Then we have my favorite creature of the deck, is Brineborn Cutthroat. This card is great. It's a 2/1 with Flash, of course. Whenever we cast spell during your opponent's turn, it gets +1/+1 counter. This card is really good because it doesn't matter if the card has Flash or not. Whenever it's casted during your opponent's turn, it can be instant spell. We can get this guy bigger. Then we have our first mana drop, our 1 mana drop guy. This card is flying. It's a 1/1, not so great, but we can draw a card in the late game, which enable this card to be great. I tried 3, but I think 2 is the correct number. Then we have triple Snapcaster Mage. This is the best creature with Flash in Modern. It's a 2 mana drop, 2/1. Whenever Snapcaster enters the battlefield, we can recast instant or sorcery spell from the grave. Then we have Hypnotic Sprite. This is my personal addition to this deck. I recently found this card amazing because nobody knows this card is in Modern. Nobody expects this card, to be honest. It's a 3 mana spell. It's a counter spell with 3 mana. Counter spell, target spell with mana cost 3 or less. And we can just cast it late with, it has flying and it's a 2/1. Then we have the better known Brazen Borrower. This card is really good in Standard, in Modern, even sees Legacy play. This card has the Adventure of Death, return target non-permanent to opponent's control, to opponent's hand. This can stop combos. This card can stop annoying decks. We can just bounce back and another spell, and then we can cast it again with a Flash ability, flying, and it also enables Slitherwisp, Labor's Brineborn Cutthroat, so 2 Brazen Borrower. That's for the creatures, and then moving for the spells, we have for Thoughtseize, really self-explanatory. We can play it first turn, we can play it late game, still great. We can get rid of annoying spells from our opponent's hand. Then we have 2 Omen of the Sea. This card is good. I was playing 3-ups before I found that Omen of the Sea was great. It got Flash, which enables Slitherwisp as well. Enter battlefield, scry 2, draw a card. We can fix our hand. And also in the late game, we just sacrifice, scry 2. So it's great. Not that, only 1. This card is a recent addition to the deck by myself. This card is pretty good because we can return one of the creatures in the grave to our hand. And also in the late game we can scry 2. We can get back our Slitherwisp if our opponent kill it, or our Brineborn Cutthroat, or just Spectral Sailor and draw card. So an Omen of the Sea. Then we got Spell Pierce. This is an annoying counter spell, and it's 1 mana, so we can just play our creatures and get our mana open to cast Spell Pierce. Of course, we got Fatal Push. This card is really good with the deck because it enables instant speed and we can kill bigger creatures if we just fetch or one of our creatures left the battlefield. So this card is nice. Spell Snare, another annoying counter spell. Then we have Vapor Snack. I think this card is nice in this deck because we can just clear the battlefield and tap for game. We can bounce back our own creatures like Slitherwiz and play it again. So we can abuse of our other creatures as Brimeboard Cutthroat, and we can start bouncing, playing. Since most of our creatures have flash, most of our creatures are instant spell, this card is great because it enables our main creatures to get bigger and abuse of the effects. Then we have Double Force Negations, Explanatory, Counterspell. We have Consane Oblivion. This card is like a Petty Theft, but in the late game we have their second ability that can we can force our opponent to discard 2 cards. So in the late game this card is great. Drain the Lock, really good counterspell, very good removal. Logic Knot, this is a must in Flash deck. Basically, we can just play it for 2 and delve a lot of stuff and counter a target spell. That's for the creatures and spells. Then we have for Polluted Delta, of course, because we are playing Dimir. And then we have a Shockland, Watery Grave, 3 Watery Grave. We have Fable Passage, especially in this deck was really nice because we're playing a lot of basics. We have triple Shock Story, 1 Creeping Yard Pit, really nice in the late game. This is a man land. It transforms into a 3/2 unblockable, so we can go for game with this one. Misty Sanctuary to get back our instant spells. We have 5 Island and 1 Swamp. That's for the main deck. Then for the side deck we have 1 Torrential Gearhook, the big guy, artifact. When it enters the battlefield, it has flash and we can recast the target instant sorcery spell. We have Double Dot Erasure, nice against control. Collected Brutality, this is really good against burn, against control, against combo. Disdainful Stroke, against control, against Titan, against combo, against decks with big creature spells, with big spells. Mystical Dispute is a must against playing blue. Sermon Reaction against Eldrazi Throne, against Titan, against any deck playing colorless spells. Pity Needle, Relic Progenitus, and Nihil Spellbound. This is the Graveyard Hate. So that's it for the deck, guys. Please let me know if you have any comments or suggestions, or if you want to see a specific deck profile, please type it below and I will do my best to do it. So stay safe, guys. Thank you for watching.